Okay, it's actually Wednesday. We're having so I've got the week off, so we've got some time during the week. So we thought we'd get some games in, some 1500 point. It's mainly because going to Giant Hammer at the weekend, but also our campaign's 1500 point games. So well, that's definitely where we're focused at the moment. These smaller armies, obviously a lot quicker to paint. Although I say that, but this one took me like 2 months of solid painting. So we're playing Battle Line Mission, and it's size new Warriors of Chaos versus my Beastmen. Fully painted Beastmen army, in fact. So, like I said, I've been pretty much locked in my room doing this for the last 2 months, so I've had enough of it now. But it's done, so. Yeah, so 1500 points, and I'll run through my list. So I have 5 Ungol Raiders, Gorgon, Razor Gore, 38 Gore with additional hand weapons, a War Gore General, and a War Gore BSB. I have 35 Bestigore, full command, and 5 more Ungol Raiders. And that's it.
Most of these are actually my models, and surprise, surprise, amazingly, most of them are actually what they are. Yeah, I have been doing some friends assembling, and yeah, this is my list. I have a unit of 5 dogs, and I have a unit of 5 Khorne Knights with ensorcelled weapons. And I have a unit of 3 Skull Crushers with a exalted hero on a jug, and unfortunately, I have the one proxy in this army. Is a War Shrine, but that's only because Games Workshop wasn't open yesterday. I have a unit of Chaos Warriors. There's 12 guys with halberds, and they are Mark of Khorne. Another unit, Mark of Khorne with halberds. And then on my right flank, I have another unit of 5 dogs. And yeah, I finished the point last, so Ollie gets his +1. With that, we will see you at the end of the first turn.
Okay, it's the end of game turn 1. We didn't bother doing individual turns because well, between us we have very little shooting or magic. And by that I mean I have the shooting besides the magic. So I shoved everything forward and put these in to try and antagonise the Khorne Warriors, hoping they would fail a frenzy test, charge into them, and overruns the Razor Gore. Didn't happen. But what we did do, well, like I say, my turn was just moving up, didn't do anything else. So I moved up like that, but he did charge the Ungol Raiders. The Ungol Raiders stood in shock, killed 1 of them. Then we went at the same time. He killed 2 of mine. Amazingly, the Ungors killed 4 of his. They got all hits and 4 wounds. So,
Ollie's luck was working a standard.
Yeah, that's what and hopefully these Ungol Raiders will go on to wipe out the rest of his army. So I shouldn't need these 2 blocks here. So we shall head into turn 2. Okay, I'd like to say it was turn 5, but it's not, it's turn 2. Right, so I just shoved my stuff up and shot a dog off with my Ungol Raiders. Then side's turn, he charged his whole army at me. He charged his dogs at my Ungol Raiders, I held. He charged his knights at my Ungol Raiders, and I foolishly fled. He then redirected and charged the Skull Crushers and the knights into my Bestigore. He charged these into Razor Gore, these into the Ungor, and that thing popped off its spell and gave some bonuses to a couple of guys.
I got +1 ballistic skill.
Yes, and +1 strength to the champion on there, which is pretty nice. And then +1 weapon skill to someone else. What matters. And then in the close combat phase, he butchered the Ungor, butchered the Razor Gore, and he butchered the Bestigore. He killed 29 Bestigore before I got to swing. No, sorry, he didn't kill 29. I had 10 left, didn't I? Oh yeah, he killed 3, didn't he? Oh, so I should have 1 more guy.
Yeah, you should, yeah.
I only killed 28 guys then. But yeah, he killed loads of them. And I killed 2 knights and a Skull Crusher with the 10 guys that were left, which is not bad showing. Then he stomped me, killed another 3. But oddly enough, I'm steadfast, so I held. So if you need proof that steadfast is a bullshit roll, then there it is. But in this case, it benefited me, so I'm not going to knock it.
Well, I kind of don't think it's that bullshit rule because in this circuit, well,
No, it is. I mean, look what they did. Why are these guys still there? They should be running away.
I suppose
That's insane. But it's the rules, so I don't really care, to be honest. But in this case, it benefited me, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to get butchered before I get to swing again. Anyway, it just delays the inevitable and allows side to get a quicker reform. So, so heading into turn 3 now. Nice. Okay, it's into Beastmen turn 3. So I charged the Gorgon into the one block of warriors and charged the Gore Herd into the other one, into the flank. I killed a fair few of them. In fact, I killed 7 of them, including the champion in a challenge with my War Gore General, although I did take a wound. I lost 2 Gore in the process, but managed to butcher a fair few of them. Well, like I say, 6 of them. So I broke them, and I pursued, but I rolled a 3. So not only did I not catch them, I didn't overrun into the other unit, which was a real pain. But then the Gorgon had his combat, so I miraculously only did 2 wounds to me. And then in return, I killed all but 3 of them. So he broke, lost the banner as well, and now they're pegging it off the board. So that Gorgon did amazing. Unfortunately, in this combat, he killed the remaining 6 best of Gore before I even got to swing. But he did actually challenge, and I accepted my foe renderer, or whatever the best Gore version is, in a challenge. He killed me, obviously. He rolled in the Eye of the Gods and rolled a double 6. And just when he thought he was about to get his Demon Prince onto the board, I then pointed out he actually needs to make a leadership test, which he rolled and rolled a 10. And Corn wasn't overly impressed. Just pissing on a goat in the middle of nowhere didn't really warrant turning into a Demon Prince. So instead he got a +1 leadership and a pat on the back. Unfortunately, what that did mean is he now can reform, and he's going to charge my Gore Herd in the back. That's not going to end well. So, heading into Warriors Chaos turn 3.
Okay, basically it's now end of Warriors turn 3. The Knights and the Skull Crushers charged into the rear of the Gore and killed 10, which was pretty miserable. I rolled absolutely terribly. I actually rolled miserably against his general as well, really only needing 3 4s and 4s. I rolled pretty badly, so I did beat him in combat though, which is rather nice. With that, it is time for Beastmen. It's time for Beastmen turn 4.
Okay, it's in a Beastman turn, is it 3 or 4?
4.
4. Yeah, so I just moved the Gorgon into position and then went straight to close combat. He issued a challenge with his Knight Champion, which I accepted with my War Gore General. And then his Skull Crushers managed to butcher lots of Gore. Then in the challenge, he failed to kill my General, and I killed his Knight Champion. And that's it. So I was steadfast and held. So heading into size turn 4. Okay, so the epic grind came to an end. I charged my Gorgon in, managed to kill his champion. He killed lots of Gore, but there was 5 rank and file left, making me steadfast. And I failed my steadfast test. He pursued, caught me, and killed them. So I lost my BSB in the last 5 Gore. So it's just my Gorgon left, and that's his turn 5. So yeah, that's not going to be good. Heading into size turn 5. No, I'll just fight her.
Okay, it's the end of Warriors turn 5. I charged the Gorgon, put 2 wounds on him, but lost the last Skull Crusher. So yeah, now it's time for what probably will be the last round of the game. So yeah. Oh yeah, it is, because of course it's turn 6. But yes, so yeah, it's now down to the climactic battle. With, I think it's only got like 2 wounds.
Well, as I only had 1 unit left on the board, we just did the game turn. I swung at him and did nothing. He swung at me and did nothing, surprisingly. Then it was his turn. He did a wound to me with his champion. Then I swung back at him and didn't do anything. And then in the last roll of the game, his Juggernaut killed my Gorgon. And so, victory to Khorne. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I'm amazed those Gore lasted as long as they did. I was expecting the Bestigor to get absolutely destroyed, and they did. But not quite as quickly as that. I think my main mistake was fleeing the Ungor back here. But to be honest, I thought I was going to get slaughtered anyway, so I'm just amazed it lasted this long. That rear charge from the Skull Crushers I thought was going to be pretty definitive, but I did manage to grind them pretty well. Ultimately, I still lost though. But for me, the man of the match is the Gorgon. And actually the Wargore general did pretty well.
Your general, I think, was pretty.
Yeah, he killed 2 knights, a knight champion,
Chaos Warrior champion.
yeah, and survived all their attacks prior to that, because obviously his all strikes last. So yeah, actually he's the man of the match. Honourable mention is the Gorgon, who did some amazing things against those Chaos Warriors, and then killed a Juggernaut champion as well, and then duked it out with his general for half an hour. So yeah, not bad. So shall we head into the next game now?